Alright, this has been bugging me a lot lately. And I think it kind of all goes back to when Critical did his video rating fruit. And it wasn't bad, it's just it wasn't coming clearly from a sense of experience. I mean, I feel like when you're doing a fruit tier, you shouldn't even need the fruit. You should be able to know just from experiencing these fruits so many times already where they lie on the list, which is what I'm going to be doing. Every fruit here I've had multiple times, at least 10 times each, and I can tell you what's a good one, what's a bad one, when it's ripe, when it's not. Okay, I'm kind of a fruit connoisseur, maybe a fruit entrepreneur, kind of like to try new things in the fruit world. Yeah, that's me. Now, every fruit here, right, it kind of falls into the category of fruits that you would actually eat probably by themselves. So no tomatoes, no avocados. I love those, they are fruits, but ultimately they're not in the same league. They're not competing for the same thing, okay? Everybody here is competing to be that fruit that's used as a snack, okay? Capiche, capiche. Another thing to note, this tier list is going to kind of be ruled based off of best case scenario. A lot of fruits can be amazing, but they're not always amazing depending on how you get them. Of course, if you're like 90% of America and you just eat fruit when it's not even ripe, I don't understand that, frankly. So this is fruit that's picked when it's right, eaten when it's right. No, I don't want to hear, well, you know, I bought a mango from the store the other day, and I bit right into it, and it didn't taste so good. I'm like, well, okay, there's like 100 problems with that already. So this is fruit, best case scenario. Watermelon, best case scenario. Papaya, best case scenario. Okay, we're not filming fruit. I think that's maybe another video, maybe, where I'm gonna go fruit based off of average case. That's also a conversation. I'm not ignoring it. It's not like that's not important. That's just not what I'm focusing on. Okay, now, already we're gonna start just top to bottom. So first thing we got here, watermelon. Everybody knows watermelon. I think it's a classic. Now, watermelon is one of those fruits. It's good fruit, right? I'm just gonna put it. This is just the neutral area. I haven't like decided on it yet. But basically, it's one of those fruits that they're good. You can eat anytime, but it can get old, and you can almost get sick from it if you have too much. Now, is that a problem? I think it can be. It's kind of overwhelming after a while. It's kind of like a hot dog, if it makes any sense. That kind of, you eat it, it's good in the beginning, but it's kind of like, after like a while, it's kind of overwhelming. And I gotta give it, when it's good, I don't think it reaches more than an A tier when it's good. And when it's not good, it definitely goes down to C tier, which is why at the end of the day, I'm gonna be giving this fruit overall a B tier, right? It's great, it's good. And I'm not gonna say, well, you get so much more, you get so much for your buck. I'm not going off based off that, okay? Price doesn't matter here. The only thing that matters here is flavor, okay? Flavor and how much I enjoy this fruit, okay? I enjoy this fruit, about a B tier. It's sweet, but it can get old. It can get old, and much quicker than you might think, all right? And so I'm just gonna leave it there. I think B tier is a good place for it. B tier isn't by any means bad, you know, just a little quick runner up on how this is all going. S tier, obviously, freaking perfect, nothing to complain about. A tier, great. B tier, good. Yeah, it's good. C tier is like where it's kind of like neutral. It's like, it really is just like neither bad nor good. D tier is like, okay, I would say actually between C tier and D tier is like kind of that neutral area. So like whatever's in here, C tier is like just above nothing at neutral. D tier is just below neutral. E tier gonna have to be start where like it's kind of bad, and then F tier where it's really bad. I don't know if anything will go on F tier today. Fruit typically isn't really bad, or else it wouldn't be sold. Okay, but you know, we'll see. So we got B tier for watermelon. Okay, next one. Sabra. Okay, I try to put a lot of fruits in here that people think about in other countries too. Sabra, I think it's called Sabra. Whatever. Prickly pear. It's called prickly pear. It grows on like those flat cactuses. Very hard to eat, but when you eat it, I have to say, it's kind of like a mix between a papaya papaya and an orange, if that makes sense. But it's got a lot of seeds on the inside, and the texture is not the most impressive. Kind of annoying. Also, it doesn't help that even after you clean all the stuff, you're supposed to burn the thorns on it. You still sometimes get thorns in your mouth, okay? And I think that's just kind of like goes to show, you know, it obviously doesn't add to the experience. It doesn't add well to the flavor. That's part of the fruit, though. You know, that's part of the fruit. That's what this fruit knew it was coming into this tier list with. You know, it had thistles. It's like, yep, I've got thistles. I'm gonna stand with that. So, you know, it knew what it was getting himself into. Flavor-wise, I don't think it beats watermelon, but it's very inconvenient, I think, and also the thistles and, you know, the seeds inside of it don't add so much. So I'm gonna have to put in the C tier for this one. You know, it's not bad. Would I eat it? Probably not. If I saw it on the table and I was hungry, I mean, I might if I was very hungry, but if I'd probably just skip it even if I was hungry. If I was just like enough hungry to skip. All right, so we got the pear, classic pear. So obviously, these aren't related at all, as you can tell. I don't understand where they got prickly pear. This is nothing like a pear in my opinion. But we got the pear now. So pears are actually pretty great in my opinion. Pretty good. I used to like pears more, actually. I used to like pears more, but something recently happened lately. I just don't really care for them as much. And I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's because I can't really find any good pears. And I know people are going to say there's a lot of different types of pears, but I've had many different types of pears, and overall the flavor is very consistent between all of them. I would say the red ones are the only ones that are really kind of out there, kind of different, which are a bit more sweet, I would say. I'm talking about the bright red ones. But overall, I think I'm going to also have to give the pear the B tier. Again, it's good, but, you know, this would definitely not be my first or second choice, right? Not even my third choice. Alright, what do we got next? The apple. Now here's the complication. Apples, for the most part, I never like, ever. I would put in the C tier, for sure. I might even put in the D tier, okay? That's gonna sound weird, but there's a certain apple-y flavor in apples that I don't like. It's not like it's the apple flavor, it's just it comes along with the apple. It's like a secondary flavor, and I don't care for it. However, there have been apples I've tasted that have a certain texture. It's almost like a grainy, sandy texture, and they don't have that secondary flavor that I don't like. And when that's the case, it's amazing, right? It really is great. So the problem with this, though, however, is that I don't think all apples achieve that. Some apples taste like, even at best case, right? Even in best case, they taste like what I don't like, right? That they have that secondary flavor and they've got that texture I don't care for. Now, the ones that are good, I think it's like some Japanese apple or some Chinese apple, I can't remember. When they are good, they have that texture, they have that taste. Now, because this is all apples, right? I can't get too specific with like different species of apples, so we're just gonna have to join the best case of all species of apples accumulatively. I'm gonna have to put it, I think, in the C tier, and I know this is rough too because I really like some of those apples, the ones that are actually good. But the other ones, there's just so many that I just do not care about, and they're so common. And finding a good one is so hard that it really just tanks the good score of the really good ones. Just for those of you who are wondering, well, how good do you think are the really good apples, the ones that you like? I would put them in A tier. I really would. I'd put them in A tier if they were standalone. But they're not standalone, and I'm not going to start making like different species just for that. So, moving on. Papaya. This is a pretty controversial one. I know a lot of people don't like papaya. My brother doesn't like papaya, including. I like papaya, but I can understand why people don't. Okay, I can understand where people think, oh, the smell is bad or something like that. You have to understand what you're smelling. Okay, if you think it's bad, sometimes I think it's just people don't understand what they're smelling and what the kind of flavor it is. This isn't your typical fruit. Okay, it's a little bit different, but for the most part, honestly, for me, I'm going to have to give papaya an A tier. I think it's got a very nice texture. I love the sweetness, the flavor. And yeah, nothing really for me. Nothing really to complain. The only problem is sometimes when it's not right. But again, we're talking about best case scenario here, so you know. That's that. Pineapple. The pineapple's a very good fruit. A very good fruit. Okay. I would say, flavor-wise, it could hit that S tier, right? Problem with it. Papaya has a distinct film that it leaves in your mouth. A distinct flavor. Oil, I guess. I don't know what it is. I think people have talked about it before, but it leaves that film in your mouth, and anything you eat after that just doesn't taste good. I don't care what it is. You can stick meat in your mouth. You can stick another vegetable, another fruit. Everything tastes bad after you eat a pineapple. And it's because of that weird flavor thing that leaves in your mouth, okay? Now, I don't really know why this is, but, you know, that's part of it being a pineapple. So because of that, I think I'm going to have to put it... I'd still put it in the A tier. I'm not going to put it in S tier. But I'm still going to put it in A tier because it still is very good. And even though it leaves that flavor in your mouth, it doesn't last that long. Maybe last around 15-ish minutes, but it is annoying. It is annoying. It makes it so that way I can never eat pineapple with almost anything else. When I'm having pineapple, it has to be by itself, or else anything I have with it is just not going to taste good, right? That's annoying. Okay, moving on. We have raspberries. I don't like raspberries. They're dry, but I will give raspberries the prop. I still don't like them most of the time, right? I have to think about how I eat these most of the time, and most of the time it's just like this, right? Or most of the time you're just gonna get like this. I'd say the best they are is maybe in a pie. Most of the time, I just don't think they're good though. I avoid them, not because they're... It's hard to say if fruit is bad, but these ones are kind of bad. These ones are like a little sour, a little too sour, a little too bitter. It's not very sweet, and I get it. They got their signature flavor, but you know what? I just don't care for their signature flavor. It's not my thing personally. And I think the D tier is frankly a good place for them. A bit too dry for me. I would pass these up if I saw them on the table. I wouldn't even bother. I don't care if I was very hungry. If I was very, very hungry to the point, I'd have to be like, I need to eat, or else I'm not gonna feel good in order to eat these, or else I would probably pass them up. Okay, blackberries. Blackberries, kind of the prettier sister to the raspberries. So blackberries are very good actually. They have a nice flavor. I don't think they have anything offensive about them. Problems with blackberries: the bigger they get, oftentimes it's hard to get some good tasting ones, but when they do taste good, I have to say they taste very good. Very good, but not impressive. I'm not amazed by them like I am by pineapple, or a papaya, so I'm gonna have to put them, and they are a berry. I'm not too crazy about berries in general. I would have to say B tier. They're good, but they're not gonna, they don't blow me away. All right, grapes. Yeah, grapes. There's 3 types of grapes, first of all. Okay, you cannot judge grapes altogether. Okay, there's green grapes. There are purple grapes, or the black grapes. No, the dark ones. You can see right here, the dark ones. And then there's like those reddish-looking grapes. Those like reddish-brownish-looking grapes. Now, the reddish-brownish ones are great. I don't mind them. Dark ones, I don't like. They're just too tart. They just don't have like no flavor. And then the green ones, I don't like. Too sour. So 2 out of 3, I don't like them. And that's when they're in their best cases. It's really like, grapes are really one of those things I just don't care at all about. And I would say probably more negative, actually. Probably more negative experience with grapes than actually. I know a lot of people like grapes, but personally, I don't like grapes. I don't like grape juice. I have grape juice every week, and I just don't like it. So, you know, it's not that the red ones are good. I would eat those, but I just wouldn't eat these. And I'm not gonna, again, I can't make a ranking for each, you know, fruit, every type of grape, because then I'd have to do that for every, you know, every type of other fruit we have on here. And there's one case I might do that here and there, but that's only when I find it to be an extreme case. I don't find this extreme enough to where I can separate these. These are all pretty similar still. And again, you know, I just don't care for these. And the red grapes are good, but again, I'd probably put the red grapes themselves in only C tier of enjoyment. Moving on. We have, I don't even know what we have. Yeah. We got the Tangerine. Okay, come on, guys. The Tangerine's great. Honestly, I cannot find one problem with these. The only problem I have is sometimes you find those brands, like, okay, the Cuties brands, great brand for, I think, Tangerines, from what I've experienced anyways. The Halos brand, also pretty good. When these are good, when these Tangerines are good, they're good. There's just nothing else to say about it, you know? I've never had any problem with it. They peel easy, they taste great. I like the tanginess. They're better than an orange, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to give these, and they're so small, just this enough size to like be great for anything, anytime. I'm gonna have to put these actually in the S tier. I'd have to say, they really are. They just come with just so many great conveniences to the fruit, and the flavor's so great and consistent too. Consistency is a big part of these tangerines. Very consistently good. I just enjoy these a lot. I enjoy tangerines a lot. You know, just a great overall fruit. Great S tier. All right, we have the lemons. Do we have lemons actually, or do I have limes? Yeah, we got dragon fruit. I'm gonna have to do these dragon fruits together. There's 2 dragon fruits. Now, a lot of people talk about, and this annoys me, they talk about dragon fruit, and they're like, oh, well, dragon fruit's so cool, well, whatever. Such a super food. Okay, first of all, this dragon fruit that everybody's always talked about is trash. E tier. I'd actually go, yeah, I would go E tier. It's like edible. Like I can eat it and be like, okay, I get it. But I don't like it. I don't enjoy it at all. It's not good. It has like hardly any flavor. It's a very bland fruit actually. And when it does have flavor, it's very like, eh. It almost has this kind of sweetness I don't like. It's kind of a awkward sweetness. Not a very good fruit. Very, you know, I've tried it. I can't say for sure, actually. I will admit, I can't say that I've had this fruit when it was in its prime, okay? Because I've had the fruit a lot of times, but I'm not sure if I've ever had it in its prime. But from all the times I've had it, I've never really enjoyed it one time. Now, the purple dragon fruit, which a lot of people know about, but it does exist. And it is a lot better, actually. Not tremendously better. I would say C tier better. Like, it's good, but it just doesn't have the same issues. It's like just basically everything that the white dragon fruit is, but a little bit better. And it shows, you know, it goes to C tier. It's not bad at that point. I can eat it and I can be like, okay, this is actually all right. If you're going to choose dragon fruit, don't go for the white one. Although that's what they mostly sell in the US, but, you know, if you can go for the purple one, go for the purple one. Other than that, white dragon fruit sucks. Purple one's better. Done. Now, we got the kiwis, the golden kiwi, and the green kiwi. Now these people, normal kiwi is great, but it's not, I would put it in the same kind of category as like a pear, watermelon, or berry. It's very good. It's a bit sour, you know. But you know, nothing screams it about being special. There's nothing super special about it. Okay. Now, if you haven't had a golden kiwi, frankly, and here's the deal: if you've never had a golden kiwi and you like normal kiwis, a golden kiwi is essentially just the upgraded version, okay, of a kiwi. It's basically Kiwi Pro. Okay, if you haven't tried it, I don't know what you're doing, frankly. You need to try it. I would put this easily S tier. S tier. It almost has the taste of like a slight hint of like candy. Okay, that's how good and sweet this is. It's not as sour, right? However, I actually prefer it personally to not be as sour. If you're somebody who really likes sour, maybe you wouldn't like these as much. Personally, I think that they are better, and personally, my personal opinion is fact, therefore they are better. See how that works? Good. Moving on. We have, what do we have? Banana. Now, I'm just gonna take a moment here to talk about the banana, something a little bit unrelated. Now, a lot of people don't know how to eat a banana. They see a banana, and you can see sort of the green here, okay? But sometimes this one's not so bad. I could say, yeah, you could eat this one. But sometimes they have the banana and you can see green on the peel too. That is not a ripe banana. That is not a banana you should be eating. That is a banana you should let sit and wait until it at least develops, at least like this, or I would prefer a couple of freckles on it. That is the correct way to eat a banana. If you are not eating a banana that way, rethink your life. B tier for banana. Mango. Okay. A lot of people, to my surprise, have not had very much mango or mango at all. If you ask almost anyone in South America, they will say their favorite fruit is mango, and that's because they've had it a lot. Now, mango isn't always consistently good, and this is especially true in the US, where mangoes don't grow here and everything's imported. However, when you get a good mango, it is like receiving a prophetic vision. A good mango has hardly any fiber. Cutting into a good mango is like cutting almost into butter. It is sweet, very sweet. I would probably say the sweetest fruit you could probably ever try. And it has a slight tang to it. Yes, like an orange tang to it. Sourness tang. Not too much, but just enough to where a mango itself is no longer a snack. It's no longer a fruit snack. It becomes the whole meal. Which is why we're going to have to give mango our own tier at the end. We're going to save this one. It gets its own tier. It gets the meal tier. So we'll put that in the end. Strawberry. Strawberry is excellent. When strawberries are good, they're great. Definitely the best berry out there. No competition with anybody else. Strawberries get A tier. I don't think anybody would really disagree with this either. I don't feel like it's something to really disagree about. When they're good, they're great. Okay? Alright. I don't know, what is it? A fig. Figs by themselves. Okay, frankly, I don't like them. I don't like figs by themselves. I'm gonna have to put them in the E tier. They're kind of like, eh. They're just not very good. I've had them by themselves. I love Fig Newtons, but that's Fig Newtons, not figs. Moving on. Okay, I don't remember how to pronounce these. I think it's like Mari. How do you pronounce this? But it's very good. Cherimoya. Now this fruit is better, maybe not necessarily as you would eat it, but put it in a smoothie, and you may actually trick yourself into thinking you're drinking a milkshake. I'm not kidding. I am not somebody who would easily say that, coconut oil is a good replacement for butter. Okay, it does not taste like it. It is not true. Anybody who tells you that is a liar. Okay, it's not. Coconut oil is not butter. However, this stuff is straight up milk. Okay, this is straight up milk from a cow's udder. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how it's so convincing, but it is. It is like, oh, somebody gave it to me, and I was like, wait a minute, is this a milkshake? Because I don't drink milk. And then they said, no, it's Cherimoya. Well, A tier. Now, only reason I'm not giving it an S tier, because I might say, like, what the heck, you just spoke like volumes of poetry about it. Well, the only problem I really see with it is the fact that you can't really eat it as a snack. You always kind of have to, like, you can, but really it's kind of a smoothie thing. Everybody kind of knows that. It's really a smoothie thing, so I'm not going to put it in S tier. Just for that reason. Okay, kind of the same thing with guava. Guava's great, but guava really shines when it's eaten in a smoothie, or something I like a lot is called bocadillo, which is kind of like a candy that you've never heard of because you're an uncultured swine. There. Goodbye. Don't at me. Alright. We got passion fruit. Now, passion fruit's one of those fruits that have a lot of passion. B tier. Very good. But, the only problem again, it's one of those things where you really eat a smoothie. It's good. I mean, it's good. I don't want to tell you. I mean, sorry, not B tier, but A tier is what I meant to say. A tier. It's great. Done. I think this is an orange. No, this is grapefruit. Oh, grapefruit. Grapefruit is a controversial one. Grapefruit is a controversial one. And really the reasoning behind this is it's obviously bitter. And for some people, that's a really great thing. And for some people, it's not. I'm one of those people that find this to be garbage. I would never eat this, even if I was dying. Cantaloupe, C tier. Honeydew, also C tier. They're just both fine. There's nothing like, wow, oh, ah. No. I'll eat them. They're fine. Blueberry. Blueberry. When a blueberry's good, it's B tier. When a blueberry's good, most of the time though, I'm getting honest, it should belong in the D tier. But this is a best case scenario. Remember. Basically because I know somebody's probably someone out there actually has good blueberries every day. And they think like, oh come on, it deserves more than that. And I think it does. We have the plum. The plum's good. I'd probably give it a C tier. I don't really find it super impressive. It's very average, you know. It's a plum. I don't know what to tell you. I have them. They're good. But I'd have to like frankly, I'm a bit more of a fan of the sister of the plum. That's gonna have to be the apricot, of course. Now the apricot, kind of the same thing. It's kind of a mixture of a plum, except it's kind of the form factor of a plum, but with the qualities of a peach and better. B tier for plum. Orange is also B tier. A lot of fruit gets B tier. You're gonna probably be a little surprised. We're probably gonna have to start stacking because the B tier's getting too big, frankly. Or maybe I could let me see something actually. Can't do anything about it, or else I didn't find out what I could do about it. So moving on, we only have a few more left, anyways. So, of course we have the lemon. Lemon is one of those fruits where maybe eating it as itself is not what you would think of when first considering the lemon. But when you think of its application in the world of culinary arts and science, you can't deny the fact that the lemon has an undeniable foundational impact on just food in general. Lemonade itself, I feel, is an S tier drink. Now, does this mean that I'm going to ignore the fact that lemons are sour and I wouldn't ever eat them by themselves? Yep. Cherries. I don't like cherries. Frankly, I find them annoying and I don't like the seed. That is also part of the flavor, by the way. Texture is part of the flavor. Everybody knows that. Okay? A seed obviously has texture. It's called rock texture. And I feel like I'm gonna break my teeth. Now, limes. I hate limes. They're just bitter. I don't even understand how something can be so similar to something that's from S tier and just do everything that the lemon does, but wrong. First of all, it's green. Everybody knows green is worse than yellow. Second of all, it's bitter. Everybody knows bitter sucks. It's not as big. I'm done. Whatever. You get the point. It's not good. Bye. Starfruit. I also don't like it. F tier. I've tried it. The best way I can explain starfruit, it's like a cucumber mixed with a cactus. Mixed with the slight taste of a cucumber with the texture of a cactus. And finally, the slight sweet and tanginess of an orange. And it's terrible. A date. Now, dates are good. But by themselves? This is a difficult one. By themselves, I feel like if you have a good date, it becomes B tier. It's like it's good, but it's not. I feel like it's not anything too special. Some people will try to swear dates by their swear it by their life. Whatever, you get the point. They're okay. Coconut by itself. Coconut can be good in flavoring, but I feel most of the time by itself, like, it can be okay in flavor. But let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Coconut, when it's added to like flavored coconut popsicle or flavored coconut ice cream, it's not because the coconut is the good part. It's because they added sugar to the coconut. That's where the goodness is coming from. It's like, oh, it's sweet. Okay, but coconut itself is not sweet. It's hardly sweet. And then there's the added fact that I don't necessarily care for the texture of it. The water is whatever. I actually kind of don't. It's okay. I'm just gonna have to give it over D tier. Most of the time, it's a negative experience. And finally, this is not a tomato. This is a persimmon. Persimmons are one of those fruits that are hard to get right. Kind of like the mango. But when you get them right, it's incredible. They really are something truly special. And for that, it's an undeniable S tier. Now, again, not always easy to get them right. But when they are right, they're good. Well, this is kind of my tier list. Of course, the mango. Let's give it a... The mango gets its own tier. We're going to give it a... The mango god tier. That's what mango gets. Mango is the best fruit of all time. I've never had a fruit better than mango. Strictly speaking, I'll put it like this. The best mango I've ever had is better than the best fruit I have ever had. Except one fruit. Bet you didn't see that coming. There is, in fact, one fruit that is so good. Okay. It beats out S tier. Beats out the mango god tier. Okay, mango god tier is equivalent to SS tier, basically. It beats the SS tier. And it goes all the way to SSS tier. And of course, what could be the SS tier? I just told you that, you know, the whole continent of South America, probably the richest variety of fruit in the world, favorite fruit is mango. Everybody loves mango there. So what could possibly be better than the mango? Cheeseburger.